honestly, you know, the more I think about it, I probably should have worn a different shirt for that last video. What's going on, and welcome back to Brickwad, the channel where I have been collecting LEGO Speed Champions, whether that be official ones, well, rebuild ones, or fully custom ones. We're getting any ones we can to slowly but surely fill up my whole wall with Speed Champions. Now, I'm going to begin production on the wall as well. The camera will be moved over, well, like there somewhere. And you'll be seeing me put stuff up on the wall and start getting all these Speed Champions off this damn table. Because this table's not supposed to be for Speed Champions. But that's long term. Amongst the rebuilds and amongst the fully customs, I of course have been getting official LEGO Speed Champions, like the Mustang, for example, but this Mustang is from the last lot of official Speed Champions. Now, we have a brand new lot. What's in that brand new lot? Well, videos on the Aston Martin, the Aston Martin F1 car with the pace car, the Lamborghini weird-looking thing, it's a Vision GT, and, well, two new Mercedes. Two new Mercedes, is it? Mercedes? How do you say the plural of Mercedes? Is it like sheep? Is it just two Mercedes? Two Mercedeses. There was two cars from Mercedes announced. Two very iconic, well, not really very iconic. One of them, yes. The other one, no. One of them was the Mercedes SL63. Now, this one I actually know because on my main channel, Sidwatch, the gaming channel, I actually, well, it was added to the game that I played, the Crew Motorfest. And in that game, the car was pretty bad. It was, I don't know, I just don't really care for, one, convertibles. Convertibles in general, I think, are a very 2010s dated thing. By this point, especially soft tops. Look, if it's a hard top, I understand. Some cars as well kind of look cool. There's this one, like, some old school BMWs. The square BMWs is a it looks cool. But overall, convertibles, stinky. Very stinky. Like Mustang convertibles. So I don't really care for convertibles already. And I don't really care for this new bulky design of Mercedes that have. And as well as that, they have the front is the exact same. And then they put the front on a sedan but longer, a sedan but taller, an SUV but smaller, an SUV but longer, an SUV but shorter, a wagon, everything. Mercedes just have one front that they put on everything. And I know, like, not even the way other cars do it. Like, it's identical. So I don't really like Mercedes. But one car that doesn't conform to that is the other car in this set, the Mercedes G Wagon. And that's the two cars I'm going to be reviewing here today. Now, the channel did go for a little while, but I did buy these things ages ago. So, I already built them, so I don't remember too much about the build, but I'll still chuck you into it and give a little review of the builds. As much as I can. Now, just sort of looking at them here, and I guess rewatching the build a little, I realized just how little I remember. No, I remember, like, virtually nothing about any of these. I mean, the Mercedes, I think I remember it being, like, kind of interesting. Like, some tactics that it used. The grille for both. The grille for both of them is well done, regardless. Like, I think the front grille, it's nicely done. And obviously the hoods come open, so, you know, buddy, we can talk about that. Stickers are definitely prevalent, but not too much, honestly. Like, genuinely, this is one of the best sets, I think, out of all of them. For stickers, yeah. Stickers-wise, very good, because there isn't many, so I'm actually happy with the sets when it comes to that. But the rest of it, I think that the Mercedes was just sort of the most generic Speed Champion build you can really get. I mean, a lot of stuff opens up on this Mercedes, now that I'm looking at it. So it uses a lot of cool tactics, like different connections and whatnot. It was an interesting build for the Mercedes, the yellow one. Also, these builds will be available for members. So I'm going to be putting them up on the membership if you want to have me building Legos in the background for whatever. You can do that. You can put on your own music and just watch me build some Legos. Those are available for the members down below, as well as the build for the Mercedes G Wagon. So the Mercedes G Wagon, this one I enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed this build a lot. It took a while too, which obviously, but it was a fun build. Like the way some stuff came together was nice. It was confusing at times. I will say it was very confusing at some points, but overall, it's such a blocky car, but it just felt so different when it came to building Speed Champions. It felt unique, and that's incredibly valuable, right? Like, the last lot of Speed Champions, they all were just kind of, I suppose a bit, look, they were unique in their own ways, but when it comes to building, it was just a BMW race car, a Mustang, which was just a car, the Audi Quattro, which was just stickers and maybe 2 Lego pieces. I mean, the BMW LMP car was probably the most exciting build out of them all because, you know, it was something different. And I like that. I like that as the G Wagon because it was something different and it made the build really enjoyable and very satisfying. A bit flimsy, but I guess that'll come in the more review part of it. But I would really vouch for this G Wagon. One of the best Speed Champions I've built. And the fact that it's so much bigger of a Speed Champion, yet priced at the same price a regular Speed Champion is, that's pretty cool, I will say. But yeah, speaking of the review, let's get to the review. It is so damn hot in the UK right now. Oh my god. God damn. What a terrible day to be British. The Mercedes SL63 and the Mercedes G Wagon. These two are quite the build. Now, I'll start with this thing because I don't like this thing too much. It's just too generic of a car. Like the Mustang, I kind of had the same thought about before that. Oh, it's just too generic of a vehicle. You know, it's just a Mustang. What are you gonna do with a Mustang? But the Mustang actually turned out to be pretty good. The build was nice. It was satisfying. It was unique. This thing, you can do this to it. So whether that's a positive or a negative, at least you know you can do this to it. So I guess that's something. But the rest of this car, it was the most basic build imaginable. Look, I can't really hate on this one too much, because it's a Speed Champion, and it comes with the G Wagon set. It's probably one of the better ones still, and it does have some unique things. Like, again, I enjoy the grille. I like that the lights are printed, which is something they're doing. Like, lights haven't been stickers in a very long time. Speaking of stickers, it's low on stickers. The back design is genuinely very nice. Like, I like the way it's rounded, and, you know, that conveys the look of the real car a lot on the back, but that completely falls apart on the front. Because the thing is, I know we're talking about Legos here, but that's just not what a Mercedes SL63 looks like. It's just way too flat. This one comes down to genuinely just being way too flat. It doesn't have any of the sort of like slight curvature, the slight angle that the front should have. And again, I know we're dealing with Legos, but, you know, something I'm going to be reviewing soon, the Alpine A110 made custom, you can see this has a sloped design. Like, even though it's clearly a bit faked because this has to look like this, it's like the Ferrari F40, the new Lego one coming out. Because of the rims, sorry, I forget what they're called now, where the wide body goes, the fenders. Because of the fenders, this has to be flat over here. But this car, this Alpine that I've specifically commissioned, does a good job at still making it seem sloped. The Mercedes doesn't do that. It just is flat the whole way, and then and then goes down like 1-2 studs, if that. I just don't think they've done that very well at all. It's nice that it's a convertible. We've not had a convertible Speed Champ, have we? Hang on, am I about to lie? Have we had a convertible Speed Champ? I don't think so. The stickers or whatever, I skipped a sticker here or two on the interior, but the interior is very nice because, hey, look, it allows for an extra person. I feel like they only really do 2-seater Speed Champions. Is that a claim? Is that a hill I'm willing to die on? Because I'm thinking about it now. They only really do 2-seater Speed Champions. I guess because of the style and fitting everything in, it's just easier. But I guess this is the first time they've not done a 2-seater, right? In fact, they've done so many seats, very many seats, and that being portrayed here is very, very nice. You can actually fit someone in the back. Now it's not. I think there should be 3 seats in the back. I mean, why would you buy a car with just a 3-seater? I mean, that's a bit silly, right? So I think there should be 3 seats in the back. But regardless, you can fit a person in the back there. And that, in fact, I've put Vin Diesel in the back is what I've done. So that's good. Regardless of anything, that is good. It would have been actually... Oh, is this a wild idea? Is this asking too much? I feel like it could have been cool if they did, with convertible speed champions, gave us the tools to make it converted, right? Like a build option. They've done that, right, before. An alternative build, one where at a single step you get to choose, do you want it like this? Or do you want it like... Well, close-topped, I guess. Would that be too much to ask for? Would that be too weird because of the piece here? I don't know. Maybe it would be, and people wouldn't fit in. And realistically, now that I think about it, this top really couldn't close because this would have to be way higher, and there's a whole thing going on here realistically. But yeah, I feel like that would be nice for a future one. But the rest of it, I feel like this thing really is just, if you like Mercedes, you like this. And overall, I can't hate too much. It's just the most generic speed champion I've ever seen, really. And I mean, it comes with one of my favorite speed champions. And this thing is massive. Like, let me put this into perspective, right? This thing is massive. That's the Alpine A110 next to it. Let me grab the, I don't know, anything, I guess. Grab the Mustang. It is massive. I'm going back because the perspective shift, but it is huge, comparatively speaking, to this. Look at that. That's insane. So you get so many parts. You get such a build for regular speed champion price. I know the overall price has gone up, but it's got some cool stuff like windshield wipers. Oh my god, wait. Okay, there's a feature that I need to talk about on the Mercedes that I'll get to because of this. But yeah, the roof also is a very satisfyingly done coming off thing. It just connects here and here, and then it just kind of goes back on, and it fills in gaps. You see back here, it's got this weird kind of gappage, I guess, that just sort of, fixes when you put this on, and then boom, it closes the gaps, and it slides in nice here when, it's a weird little layout. But it works. It all works. And you can fit in 4 people, maybe 5 if you toss one in the back, but in the back there, I've just got a bunch of stuff, I guess. Just a bunch of pieces that you get given. So there's room in this car. It's a car that people hype up a lot. People care about the G Wagon for some reason. So it's a car people hype up. So let me first talk about the negatives. This comes off way too easily. I have accidentally nudged this so many times, and it just flings off. I guess it lets you do this, like have it no wheeled. But again, I'd rather like this be removed if that was the case, right? I'd rather it be seamless. This whole back assembly putting on was a nightmare. Again, some of the build was confusing. It was odd. The wheels being so much bigger is cool, I will say. Like, it actually just being such a beefy feeling car. It gives me a bit, look, it makes me feel like, hey, I wouldn't mind if you did more SUVs. And I hate SUVs, if you watched my podcast. But yeah, it's good. But, those are the few negatives I've had with it. Oh, also, speaking of flimsy, this, when you're picking the thing up, comes off way too easily. Just immediately falls off. A lot of it is, for as bulky of a car as it is, it's very flimsy. And then again, before I start talking about the positives too much, this thing, you'd think this would be a positive. The hood opens. But first and foremost, these 2 bits are supposed to come with the hood. If you look at the hood of a real G-Wagon, these 2 go with. But for some reason, only this section of the hood opens. But you do get like a sticker in there and a little assembly in there, which does resemble the like real engine assembly of a Mercedes. That's very good design. I like that they've done that. The first speed champion to have an opening hood. I might be wrong there, technically speaking, if there's one way before or whatever. I mean, like, the current line. Good decision. Done a bit badly, but good decision. And then when I say done a bit badly, back to this Mercedes. This one is so silly, because obviously it would be the whole hood that's supposed to move up, but they've just done this weird little specific, like, T shape, just to show that. So instead of the hood opening, it's like someone's taken a blade to your car. They've ripped out this little shape, and then they're just to look at your engine. Just to look at the sticker on the engine. That's silly. Very silly. I don't like that one bit. I don't think it's well done. I think it genuinely, I would have preferred it not even open if that's how it was gonna open. Because there's no point in it. It's not a usable feature. You can't get like a cool shot where the hood's open and you got a figure next to it. Maybe if you like angled it really specifically like that, maybe. But it's just so useless from a car person point of view, and from like a child just buying a Lego car point of view. Like from both of those aspects, it's silly. The G Wagon one is at least done a bit better because it's a bigger amount and you can see more of the engine in there, which I really like, truly. The fact that you can see like a genuine like block there for the engine and then this being on top of it, that's good. I don't like that the grille is exposed like that. There should be a flat piece on the grille separating the two, but good enough, right? It was a good attempt, a much better attempt. But again, you know, it's here and there with its coolness, because it's there, but it's not done amazingly. I'd like to see this feature improved on in the future, because overall, I really like this car. I don't like the G-Wagon in real life, but I like the build. I like the design. I like that it's such a beefy Speed Champion. I've had to put it in my Speed Champions here. I've had to put it all the way over there, because if I put it anywhere here, it just blocks like 5 of the cars. It's that big. It's such a good deal to get 2 of these Speed Champions and one of them be this massive, right? I can't complain about it. This set is one of the better ones of the whole allotment, but this thing is just so cartoonishly big, and that's where we're sat. But I can recommend it. Also, the windshield wipers, you know? It's got windshield wipers. What? On a Lego Speed Champion? Ain't that cool, right? Like, we're not even talking bigger Lego creators. We're talking this size, and it's got windshield wipers. That's a cool design. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. I can't complain about this thing too much because, you know, I've said my negatives, but overall, it's just a nice car to have. The stickers are low as well. I'm fairly certain the stickers, like, these are stickers, which was a bit annoying to put on, and then obviously these two. But at the end of the day, whatever, when, like, everything else is fine. Like, the lights are printed, which always amazing. Most everything else is printed. There's probably a sticker in the interior. Yeah, looks like it. But that does it. You don't even have to put that one on. This is a good build and a good car. It's just so big. But I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. And I hope you join me. And we're happy with this video. Subscribe to check out the Lamborghini concept as well as the Aston Martin bundles. We'll get around to that. I'll see you boys in the next one. Head down there and subscribe to follow the channel. And should I wear that shirt again? Who knows? In a bit.